Are both of them the same height from the top, the same distance from the strap? Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. The last video, I told you I would talk about a bag from Portland Leather that I picked up when I was there and how I modified it. And so this is that bag. In its original life, this bag started out as the Crossbody Tote. I saw it on a shelf and fell in love with it. I don't know if you can see, but the back has some really good striations in it, and it was a good height, and I'd never seen this color in person. I'll pop the color up here because I can't remember it, but I wasn't planning on getting a brown bag, and I saw this one and felt the leather and just decided I was going to pick it up. But it didn't look like this when I bought it. Briefly, what I've done to it is I've added the color touches and I've added the cutout handle, and I put this little patch on the front. So I'll talk about each of those things. Because I've been traveling back and forth to Fort Worth a lot this year, I've had the opportunity to go to Tandy Leather quite a few times. And each time I'm able to get some leathers, so it feels like right there, you'll see my leather shelf. And that's just some of the pretty colors I've been getting from being able to travel to Tandy and actually look and touch and feel the different leathers. If you ever get a chance to go to the Tandy store in Fort Worth, do it. They have a really, for one thing, when you walk in, the smell is fabulous. And then they have a museum off to one side, sort of in the back, all these glass cases with tons and tons of tooled leather goods, things that artists have made. And I can't even explain it. Everything you could possibly imagine in the most amazing, intricate designs in tooled leather, all in these cases. So if you're ever in Fort Worth, go to the flagship Tandy store in Fort Worth, and you won't regret it. I was looking around on Etsy. I'm always looking around at different bags and designs and ideas and stuff. And there's a business out of Poland called Ladybuck, Ladybuq. It's like Ladybug, but the last letter's a Q. And they have some really, really cool designs. And one of their bags that they sell has this little detail on it, this little color, and you could choose what colors you want. And so I thought, I could do that. I have this plain brown bag that I'm not carrying. And I don't really know the reason I wasn't carrying it. I guess I was going for my colorful bags. And so I just decided to modify it. And these are basically just ovals. I did have to slit them on the back side, a slit down here so I could get them around the strap since they're a later add-on. But I kind of like the look, and on the back I did 2 different colors. So there's 4 different colors. It's, it's a little bit funky. It's a little bit out of the ordinary, and I'm really enjoying it. And it also gave me the option to add one of these wide O-rings, spring-loaded O-rings, so that I could hang things from the bag, a tassel or whatever. I do make these, and they're in my Etsy shop, Collie Wobbles Designs. And I make this tassel and several other styles of tassels. But I just love having some little interesting thing hanging from the bag. Or you could put an exterior pouch on it so that you can grab your chapstick quickly or whatever. And that's just a handy thing for the outside of the bag. Another feature on bags that I've been really looking at lately is the bags with the cutout grab handles. There's several people out there that make these cutout handles. Saddleback Leather has one. I believe it's their everyday tote. Urban Southern has one. I believe it's their market tote and their mini market tote. And I, had my eye on those, but I I have so many bags. I was like, do I need to spend $200 on another bag just for a feature I don't know that I'll use? So then I started thinking about this bag and thought, maybe I could add some cutout handles to that bag. It's the perfect design. So you want a bag that's north-south, longer, because you do lose some of the interior space when you add the cutout handles. Well, this was perfect for that type of modification. So one of the things I really worried about was cutting the hole well. I mean, where it didn't look like someone had just hacked a hole in the bag. And to do that, you need a die cut. I looked around for some, couldn't find one that I actually liked. If I did, I would have to order it from China. It was going to take a long time to get here. So I thought, well, what have I already got that I can use? And what I decided to do was to take these circle cutters, and I cut 2 holes, a little bit apart like that, for whatever you need to get a good grip for yourself. And then I connected the top and the bottom of those 2 holes that I cut out with a straight X-Acto knife line, very carefully, making sure that I did it. They say measure twice, cut once. I was measuring 100 times, cutting once. And it is extremely nerve-wracking because there's no going back. Once you've cut a hole, it's there. And so you're measuring, is it level? Is it in the middle where it's supposed to be? Is it level from the same, or both of them the same height from the top, the same distance from the straps? You're measuring and measuring. And so I did do it. It did work. I cut 2 holes and I got them pretty good ovals. When you cut the holes, you're going to weaken this spot here at the top, and it's going to bend every time you lift it. So I thought about ways to reinforce that so I wouldn't stretch my leather out so much and put a lot of weakness on the leather. And what the other companies do is they've added a wrap and stitched it into place. Well, I decided to make my wraps removable with snaps. They just go on like that, and they work great. It does add the strength needed. The leather is not stretching when I lift the bag. I did it on both sides. And then, for some fun, I decided to make some grips out of different colors. So I can change it up if I want. I can go with purple. Let's see how that would look. I can go with orange. You can see how that would look. So I can switch it up if I want, and I think that's a fun little feature there. One of the things I like about the cutout handles is the ability to grab it in the car easier, because I was tending to grab it like this. You've got to get all these straps, in your hand and grab it like this. And this way, if I want to grab it from the passenger side to take it out of the car, it's an easy grab. So now I have the grip handle tote that I wanted, and I was able to use something I already had to do that. So the third thing I did, and I had seen someone do this on one of the leather forums, and that was to put this patch on the front. And this is a Portland Leather Goods patch. I actually got this patch out of the inside of one of the totes that I have. Removing it is a bit difficult, and I did end up damaging the pouch, the interior pouch. But it doesn't damage the bag. On the outside, nobody will see it but me. It just means that I probably own that bag forever. But I removed that patch and re-riveted it in on top of my front pocket. Now, this is something, either you like it or you don't. I kind of like it. It adds a little bit of color to the front of the bag. And yeah, I had liked it on that other person's modification, and so I knew what it would look like. So those are the modifications I made to this crossbody tote from Portland Leather Goods. It does come with a crossbody strap. I don't ever use it. It's really nice knowing a little bit about leather working. I'm no expert, but I know how to cut a hole. I know how to set a rivet. I know how to make a snap. And I know how to cut leather pretty evenly and what tools to use. Of course, you could always have better tools, but so knowing those things, really just those simple things, you can get a lot of modifications on your bags. So, and if you want to know how to do those things, the cutting the holes, the setting the rivets, all of that, there are tons of videos out there on YouTube that'll show you how to do that. If you're interested in getting some bag charms, tassels, things like that, I am offering those through my Etsy shop, Collie Wobbles Designs. So hop over there, see if there's anything you like. There's a link below. So there you go. That's my modified crossbody tote from Portland Leather Goods. And maybe you've got some ideas of some things you might want to do to one of your bags. It is my everyday carry right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So I hope that gave you some inspiration, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.